Shifting our focus now to another news coming in from Pakistan, where terrorist group Tehreek-e-Taliban Pakistan has now decided to end a month-long ceasefire, accusing the government of breaching terms including a prisoner release agreement and the formation of negotiating committees. However, a latest report by the AFP has claimed that authorities have released up to 100 Pakistani Taliban prisoners as part of the truce with the terrorist group. Reports say that the Tehreek-e-Taliban leadership took the decision of ending the truce unilaterally without any consultation with the Pakistan government. Tehreek-e-Taliban Pakistan, it is a separate movement that shares a common history with the Afghan Taliban. Now, the terror outfit has fought for years to overthrow the Pakistani government to establish Sharia law in the country. Islamabad has been trying to quell the comeback of the group linked to the victory of the Afghan Taliban across the border. Last month's ceasefire, which was set to run until today with the possibility of being extended, was the latest in a series of attempts to broker a settlement to end a conflict that has killed thousands. With the truce ending, the threat of intensified attacks from the TTP on Pakistani security forces have also escalated. This year, the TTP claimed 32 attacks in August, 37 in September, 24 in October. That is the highest monthly total in nearly 5 years. And for more on the story, we're now being joined by our correspondent Anas Malik. Anas, thank you so much for joining us. Now, the terrorist group Tehreek-e-Taliban Pakistan, they've unilaterally decided to end the ceasefire. What can you tell us about this development?
Well, yes, the Tehreek-e-Taliban Pakistan, the outlawed Tehreek-e-Taliban Pakistan, came up with a statement yesterday, late last night, hours before the end of this official announcement of the ceasefire. And they said they accused the government of not being serious in the negotiations. They said that the government was not living up to their commitments, that a negotiations team was not formed, and the prisoner release too was not done on the part of the Pakistani government, and that in such conditions, it is not possible for them to further continue the ceasefire and unilaterally rather ending the ceasefire. While the Pakistani government is yet to comment on this development, we are given to understand that there are efforts underway to ensure that the truce continues, because if it doesn't, then the ramifications of which would be faced by two personnel from the walks of life: one, the common public, and secondly, the Pakistani armed forces as well. The Tehreek-e-Taliban Pakistan have very recently regrouped, and just this year they've let alone carried out about 32 plus attacks on the Pakistani armed forces.
Right. Now also, but Anas, like I mentioned earlier, the authorities said that they have released up to 100 Pakistani Taliban prisoners as part of this truce. Now also, with this ceasefire being ended, there are increased threats. What does this mean going forward?
Well, the government did release some prisoners in batches, but given to understand that the release is not in line with those which the Tehreek-e-Taliban had demanded. The Tehreek-e-Taliban had demanded the release of 102 prisoners. Again, those who have been released are from the lower tier, and they are not the ones which the Tehreek-e-Taliban had essentially demanded from the Pakistani government. Whatever the pretext for not their release would be, in all likelihood would be the fact that they are high-profile terrorists, or they've been wanted in multiple attacks against the armed forces or even the general civilian population as well, and that is a cause of concern. That did cause unrest within the Tehreek-e-Taliban, because the Tehreek-e-Taliban saw the prisoner release as the first step for the confidence-building measures between the Pakistani government and itself as well. Now, with that not happening, and with the ceasefire not being extended, the bigger blow can be on, as I said, I pointed out, on two walks of personnel from two walks of life. One, the armed forces, the Pakistani armed forces, which have already suffered about 32 attacks, just let alone this year, following in the run-up to the fall of Kabul and onwards, and then the general public as well, the general civilian population as well. So that would raise alarm bells, and we might just see heightened security measures being put in place as a precautionary measure to avoid any untoward incident.
Right. All right, Anas. Thank you so much for joining us with the updates on that. WION is now available in your country. Download the app now. Get all the news on the move.